It's Goyle! And today I'm going to be answering some of your cues with my ass. I asked about a week ago on Twitter for you guys to ask some questions on my tweet, and I would be providing answers about myself to the questions you asked about myself. Yeah, that's what it means to answer Q&As. So, with that being obvious, let's jump into it. If you had a quirk from Boku no Hero Academia, what would it be? To not stop doing Russian accent. I'm not even good at it. Is that a quirk? I never really watched Boku no Hero Academia. Favorite foreign dish since moving and traveling? It's hard because there's so many dishes I quite like, but if we're gonna talk about Thai dishes, I'd say Latna. Favorite cosplay, and do you have any cosplay plans at the moment? / costumes you would love to do? Honestly, the only real cosplay I've ever done is of Jabami Yumiko, so, you know, that's that. Any cos plans? I always have cosplay characters I want to cosplay so badly, but I never really know where to begin with it, or think it might not suit me, because I just feel like cosplay maybe doesn't suit me, or I got self-confidence issues. So, I don't know, there's quite a few, like, I would really love to cosplay as, say like that costume from Persona 3 with the lingerie, or like Priestess from Goblin Slayer. Which is your favorite language? I'm gonna go ahead and say English because I know it fully. Hey, can you be my mom? I'm already everybody's mom, guy, come on. Were you culture shocked when you first went to Thailand with Giguk? A little. Because I grew up in a very small town, as I always fucking say in every Q&A, and I never really experienced anything outside of the world because I was in such a small fucking village. So when I moved out of there, right when I graduated high school to England, and I got to experience all of these things at once, I think I was so numb from the shock of everything, it didn't really sink in how shocking it really was. I mean, still to this day, even now, I still get culture shocked when I hear things that are like for me as a Westerner, like, what? That's weird. But I know obviously in their culture it's not, and it's just, you know, so yes, I did get very culture shocked initially. I still do here and there, but you know, that's what's gonna happen when you move to a different place. And it's also not like that's a bad thing either. What's an underrated obscure manga you like that you think should be adapted into an anime? It's kind of hard to pick, because I do have quite a few manga that I think would do amazingly as anime. That's actually a video idea, hello. But one I think would do especially well just because I really love the manga so much, and it's not very obscure, it's just very underrated, and that's Tetsugaku Lettra. Is there any series you said to yourself, this isn't my cup of tea, and then you liked it? Yes, and actually that was pretty recently. And that would have to be Baccano. I initially watched the first few minutes of Baccano a long time ago, like 5 years ago, something like that. And I was kind of initially put off by the little shooting thing, right? And the guy shooting the kid in the first few minutes. But after talking with some of my friends and kind of getting, not really spoilers, but kind of saying if that's what put you off, you should keep watching because it's not as what it looks like, I ended up binging the whole series in one day, and one of my favorites. And if you haven't watched Baccano, watch it, because it'll change your life. What is your favorite non-anime related show? I feel like I answered this in one of my previous Q&As, but I really like BoJack Horseman. I know I'm an edgelord. And Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I kind of like Big Mouth. I really love F is for Family. Do you play any games, and if you do, what are your favorites? I do play video games when I have the time now, when I'm not scripting and editing and reading manga and preparing videos. It's not like this is my job. But the games I really love to play that have just always been really timeless to me are, of course, I wouldn't be a 90s baby if I didn't say Zelda. But the game that always meant the most to me was the Harvest Moon series, or really now like Story of Seasons. I've also started replaying Stardew Valley again, which has just eaten up all of my free time. It is extremely addictive. If you haven't played Stardew Valley, play it now. And I like horror games like, you know, Fatal Frame and just the likes of that. I I really love Resident Evil 4. Like, my viewers that watch my streams know that they know me and Leon. So I was just about to finish up editing for this video, and I came across a question that brought back a lot of memories I wish I could have forgotten. So once I realized that, I thought it was perfect to add to the video. And that question is, got any really good funny family stories? I want to start off by saying that preteen Sydney was a sin that should have never existed. I was a weeb to the epitome of weebs, without a doubt. I mean, the whole reason I could satirize the weeb genre was because I was that girl at one point. And so due to that, I have many funny stories that I'm sure you guys would just enjoy. For now, I'm going to focus on some of the stories I had with my big brother and my family. When I was about 13, 14, so like 10-ish years ago, I really wanted to be a Vocaloid dancer. You guys remember that whole phase where people were dancing to Vocaloid songs and they were really good at it and they became so big? Well, that was an attempt by me. Luckily, I deleted the channel that I posted the videos on ages ago. I'm so grateful I remembered that. And I'd frequently try to be a Vocaloid cutesy anime girl around the house, always ending my sentences in yeah, or calling my brother Oni-chan in front of everybody. Let it be known that my brother knew what Oni-chan meant, as he kind of watched anime as well as his friends did, and I did not have the best image with them. I was the cringy anime girl before you even knew I existed. So, for instance, my brother would also walk in on me dancing my shitty fucking dances, and oh, it's so embarrassing. Because I was such a shameless weeb, I would also gather my brother and his friends, who were about 18, 19 years old at that time, and I would also gather my parents in the living room and wear my shitty little cosplay and do my little nyan nyan ni hao nyan dances and watch as they sit there cringing in their seats, trying to not laugh. I don't know how they didn't. So when I was younger, my brother would often like try and practice the Dragon Ball Z moves and beat me up when I was like coming home from school. You know what? 4-year-old Sydney, you deserve that torture for 14-year-old Sydney. Fuck you! Are you currently reading any manga? Yeah, many manga. You can always just kind of assume every day I'm reading manga, because that is something that is the only really consistent thing about me, is every fucking day I read an ass ton of manga. Are you a Kingdom Hearts fan? Not really. This might sound weird. I'm not really a Disney fan in general. How did you discover your love for laundry? Okay, as some of you guys may have seen or may not have seen on my Twitter feed, I kind of confessed that one thing that I really love doing is doing laundry, washing it, drying it. Ugh. I think I realized it when I first started kind of living on my own, and kind of just like, it just felt kind of like I was purifying myself in a weird way, that I was cleaning dirty, smelly clothes and making them smell so nice, and then when I got to see them dry, like, I hate using a dryer. I got to see like the clothes dry and then become like new. It just feels so like it's a weird stress reliever. I don't know where I get these fetishes. They just come. What do you think about the most? Don't leave me. Do you exercise regularly, and if so, do you have a regimen you could recommend? I don't really exercise all that regularly. I just kind of like go on like a little bike thing in the other room and just like kind of bike for about 40 minutes sometimes, like maybe once or twice a week. My main thing for weight loss is, sadly to admit, is not drinking. Currently, I'm not drinking for a while because I'm trying to shed some of my weight, and it's been pretty effective. But at what cost? What is your proudest achievement from this year? Honestly, I think it's going to have to be that I've become more consistent with making videos, that I have kind of gotten over the fear of making them, and I've just been really enjoying it, and I guess I feel really proud of myself lately that I've been keeping up with it. to this degree. What is your personality type? If you don't know, you could take this quiz to find out. You know what? Let's just fuck it. Let's do it. Find it difficult to introduce yourself to other people? Not really. You often get so lost in thoughts that you ignore or forget your surroundings. I'll get a little middle agree there. My personality type is a campaigner. Whatever that means. Do you ever get overwhelmed with the amount of people who watch your videos / reply to your Twitter? Do you have those moments where you sit back and you're like, damn, I did this. Nice. Oh, hell yeah. Like, there are days where I have to, like, stop going on Twitter because I get so overwhelmed by the sheer amount of response I get from the most stupid menial tweets. And I think, wow, all these people want to talk to little me? Like, I'm a fucking nobody. I'm a piece of shit, and you guys like me for some reason, hopefully. But I'm very happy with the amount of progress I've made so far, and it feels like kind of like a short amount of time. And I really only have all of you to thank for that, so thanks. You're the bees! Would you, if offered, voice a character in the dub of Manga Sensei? Hell yeah! And now for the final question. You like horror, we know that, but how much do you like sci-fi? I don't actually really like sci-fi. I know they usually kind of go hand in hand, but I really don't like genres that have the sci-fi just genre in it. Simply because I just feel like they're really hard to get into for me, like they feel extremely unrealistic. Of course there's some, you know, mangas that don't, like, you know, that I can get into that are sci-fi, but usually I don't really like sci-fi, no. That was my final question answer to you guys. I hope you guys liked it. Please keep an eye out for my next Q&A that I will be releasing. I always release them on Twitter. So if you don't follow me on Twitter and you want to ask me some questions, then I think you got your answer, bub. Please make sure to follow me on all of my other social media accounts as I post a shit ton, especially on Twitter. I let you guys know every fucking thing I'm doing. And make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you later. I really need an outro.